The following is a presentation of the OLSH Sports Network. And we welcome you to another presentation of OLSH Sports Network's Charger Basketball as the boys go back-to-back. Played last night. They're going to play again today in the PBC Classic up here at LaRoche University against an old rivalry, Seton LaSalle Rebels. Good afternoon, everybody. I'm LaRoche. Don Militzer sitting alongside. We are here to bring you what should be an exciting game, Coach.
Absolutely. Really excited about today. Great environment. I kind of like the aspect here, Al. I was thinking on the drive out today. You have two Catholic schools, two great Catholic high schools. And, you know, playing in a Catholic university here in Pittsburgh is just a really, really cool atmosphere for us today and for both of these teams. And, you know, it's always good as a high school player. It's always special when you get to play on a college court or in a college environment. And then the fact that it's against Seton LaSalle, I know our kids are really looking forward to this, as are the Seton kids.
Yeah, it's a great game just before this one. It was Bishop Canevin and Shadyside, and that one came down to a final free throw for Bishop Canevin. Comes away with a victory, but I anticipate pretty much the same in this game.
I would agree. I think we have two teams here that, you know, I talked to Coach Kleiss. Coach Nobby Walsh is a good friend as well and, you know, talked to him before the game as he left to go to Mount Lebanon. Kenny Kleiss took over. Kenny's a great young coach, also the athletic director at Seton. He said they're going through some growing pains, but he can see them getting better. Patrick Weldon is a guy Charger fans probably remember from last year, is a guy that can really shoot the ball from the outside for Seton LaSalle, but they're really excited about Noah Sear. Noah Sear is a guy I remember watching coming up. He's a freshman for Seton and having a really good freshman season. So really excited to kind of get first eyes on him, as he's a kid that people in the Whippy are starting to talk about.
Right. Well, you see there the Rebels come in with a record of 4-9, and they are a 3A team. They come in with an overall record of 4-9, 2-2 in their section. The Chargers, with the win last night, bumped their record up to 9-3, 4-1 in their section. So real quickly here with the Classic, we only got a few more minutes. We'll get the starting lineups for you. First for the visiting Seton LaSalle Rebels. The Rebels, as you said, Coach Kenny Kleiss sends this lineup out. Starting at a forward position is a 6'4 junior, number 4, Keanu Brooks. Number 5 is a 6'1 senior guard. He is Pat Weldon, who you talked about, Dawn. Ryan Marini is a 6'3 forward. He's a senior. He wears number 10. A 5'10 sophomore guard is number 11, Davon Williams. And the 5th starter for the Rebels is, again, aforementioned, the 6'2 freshman guard, number 33, Noah Sear. Again, for the Rebels, it's Brooks, Weldon, Marini, Williams, and Sear. For the Chargers, who are going to be the home team today, Coach Rodriguez will send out the usual players. Starting at a forward position is a 6'5 senior, number 0, Van Cables. Number 1 is a 5'11 junior guard, Austin Avsek. Another senior guard at 6 foot is number 11, Luca Grassafi. At a forward is a junior at 6'3", number 22, Jake Johnson. And the 6'3 sophomore guard is number 23, Tiernan McCullough. Again, for the Chargers, it's Cables, Grisafi, Johnson. Oh, I skipped Avsek, and McCullough.
The usual suspects.
The usual
for the Chargers.
suspects, yep.
And when you look at the starting lineups, Al, I think we talked about last night, it kind of came to fruition. As good as the defense played, the big guys in the middle really turned the game. And, you know, Seton has a little more height than Rochester, but with that said, they really aren't a team that's known for crashing the boards, and that's what the Coach Kleiss even alluded to. They're learning how to play tough physical basketball. So this could be a game, again, where you see, you know, K-Vols and Altmar just – if they can establish themselves early, it could be a good day for the Chargers. But with that said, is, you know, Seton's been up and down this year. This is the kind of game that would turn their season for sure.
Absolutely, yeah. It's and you mentioned the big guys in the paint last night, Cables and Altmar. Altmar, arguably one of his best games of the season, if not the best, that he had in the paint.
Absolutely, a little two-handed flush, and he was grinning ear to ear after the game, and I teased him a little bit. He didn't make the foul shot, but he just kind of laughed after that. Beautiful two-handed flush by him, though. But more so than the dunk. I mean, the dunk will get the highlights. He was going strong to the hoop, and I know Coach Rod's been on him about that all year. So,
yeah, I was talking to the coaching staff actually this week, and actually this right before this game, and they were saying in practice he does it all the time. He's got all the confidence in the world, and then once the clock starts and he's between the lines, he just kind of freezes up. And once he gets over that, they said his confidence is coming, and Patty's going to be a force.
Well, and I noticed that in football as well. I mean, he absolutely pounds the ball on the kickoffs, and you know, sometimes he gets a little nervous once the lights come on. But you could see last year in football, he all-conference punter and kicker, and the confidence started growing.
Right.
And he's very much a confidence kid, and you know, we'll see how that goes. You know, for Seton, though, again, the two players to really watch are Keanu Brooks has had some good moments for them, but kind of starts and ends with Sear and Weldon for the Rebels.
Yeah, I was watching film on Seton LaSalle, and Weldon's he's got some shot from the outside. He's going to be something that Charter's going to have to reckon with. There, you see him right there.
Yeah, and then Sear, the freshman Sear, I remember watching him as an 8th grader in our Catholic schools, and he's a kid that reminds me a lot of Tiernan McCullough. You know, I mean, if you look at them, Tiernan put on a lot of muscle this year, but if you look at 33 for Seton, very similar build to what Tiernan was last year. Even got the same hairdo a little bit, but tough player, hits tough shots, not scared of the moment. So he's a kid that I know wants to try to establish himself a little bit for the Rebels today.
Well, it's a good environment here, very welcoming. I'm up here at LaRoche. They're excited to put this on. We're excited to be here and excited that you could join us and join in the festivities. We hope the Chargers can come away with a victory here.
Second game of the day, good games, as you said, Sewickley and Bishop Canevin. Avonworth is playing later in what will be a fantastic game. You get one of the better players in the Whitfield in Roan Carmichael, whose dad is the head coach here at LaRoche. So,
LaRoche, yeah.
I mean, there's just fantastic basketball all day if you have time to stop up at LaRoche before that Steeler game tonight.
We're ready to get it on here on Coach Scott Lang Court. As I said, Seton LaSalle for the designation are the visitors today. The Chargers are the home team, and we're ready to get it on. It will be Brooks and Cables, and the Chargers will win the tip. It's Grisafi quickly to the hoop, into the paint, has it knocked away, and here comes the Rebels up ahead. It's the freshman Sear working on Johnson. He's going to float up. Cables gets it out of there, and here comes Tiernan McCullough. He's off the glass and in, and the Chargers are first on the board.
Nice block by Van there to get the offense going.
The pressure, here's Brooks. Into the paint, Euro step, lays it up, and it rolls in with the little finger roll there. And we're knotted at 2.
I think we've already seen a little more offense so far in the first quarter than we did in yesterday's first quarter.
Yeah, no doubt. There's McCullough. Grisafi, Avsek in the corner. Brings it back out. Back to Cables. Little floater off the glass. Can't get it go. Get it zone. And from the backside, puts it in.
Here comes that patented pressure from the Chargers.
It's almost like a zone pressure in the backcourt. Weldon almost walked there. Gets it away. Weldon has off to Williams. Williams now with the ball. Over to Sear. Williams again. Into the corner it goes to Weldon. 3 on the way. That's too strong. Brought down by Brooks. He'll put up. Rejected by Cables. Avsek up ahead to Johnson. He'll lay it up and it rolls in.
2 transition baskets off K-Ball's blocks for the Chargers. Van's really establishing himself early in this game as a force.
He really is. They work it around. Sear thought about the 3. He'll go into the paint, dish it off. A little floater there to Marini. He gets the bucket.
Nice crafty play by the freshman Sears there to get to the paint.
In just a couple minutes here, Don, you watch him, and he's playing like a veteran.
Absolutely. Again, reminds me a lot of Tiernan last year. Just not afraid of the moment.
McCullough rattles home the 3.
Speaking of Tiernan. And he really is getting the scoring going lately the past couple games, Al, which is good to see for the Chargers.
Yeah, he had a drought a couple games. He was really struggling from the floor. And he's really, yeah, you're right. He's really turned that around. The ball goes out of bounds off of Johnson.
Him and Sears had some battles coming up in the diocesan league there, Al. So a lot of these kids know each other so well.
Yeah. That's what I say. This Seton-LaSalle rivalry I've always liked because it's everybody knows everybody.
Coaches, teachers,
exactly.
Everybody.
Sear can't get it to go from the corner. Cables with the rebound. Here comes Avsek to Grisafi. Grisafi has his shot blocked, but he gets fouled. Grisafi will be at the line for a couple.
I really like when the Chargers get in transition like that off the rebounds. I mean, they're so good when they get moving there. And that's a great take by Luka to get to the line.
Weldon picks up the foul for the Rebels, his first, team's first. Grisafi, and this has been the one bugaboo that the Chargers have had has been from the free throw line this year. Misses, goes 0 for 2. Score stays at 9-4. Down the lane it goes, kicks it back out. Brooks into the paint, the floater. Can't get it to go, had to change his shot. He gets his rebound, that doesn't go, gets another rebound. Goes up again, and the third time's a charm. Avsek loses it out of bounds. It's going to go over to the Rebels. Just crossing the 5-minute mark here in the first. Brooks brings it into the paint. Little jump shot, and that's good. And it's a 1-point game.
Brooks has 6 of the 8 for the Rebels here early. Done a nice job on the boards for them.
There's McCullough. Gets it into Johnson. Didn't handle it smooth, cleanly. McCullough gets it back. He's trying to get the shot off. Doesn't. Finds Avsek. Over into the corner. It goes to Johnson. Step back. 3 on the way. Off the iron. Goes out. Nice save there by Marini. And here come the Rebels. Too strong. Sear can't get the putback. Here come the Chargers back the other way. Avsek has numbers. He'll go up himself. Too strong. And Williams is going to come back the other way for the Rebels. Taken away by the Chargers. Quick hands there. Up ahead to McCullough. Jump shot, not good. And Weldon comes down with it. Chargers trying to make a play to get the ball. They don't.
A little frantic right now, so you got to calm it down if we can get the ball back here out. Coach Rod is letting them know good shot selections here.
Yep. Devon Williams will slow it down for the Rebels. Owen Minzer getting ready to check in for the Chargers. You see him walking across the bottom of your screen there. It's Williams. Works against Avsek. Sear up top. He is a good-looking freshman, though. I'm impressed.
Yeah, like I said, reminds me so much of Tiernan last year. Just smooth.
Yeah, he does. Here's Brooks working against Johnson in cables. Can't get it to go. Johnson will clear the glass. Here come the Chargers with a 1-point lead. 3 minutes to go here. McCullough up court. Back to Johnson. Step back. 3 on the way. Can't get that one to rattle down. And Weldon will bring it down the court. He finds Brooks. Goes right down the lane. Kicks it out. And a little reverse layup there by Ryan Marini. Gives the Rebels a 1-point lead.
Smart move by Marini there. Taking it away from the shot blocker and going with the reverse there.
McCullough kicks it out to Grisafi. Cables up top. Finds Johnson. Top of the key. It's a long 2.
Nice set there by the Chargers.
It was. Approaching 2 minutes to go here in the first. Sear's going to launch a 3. And it's good. Noah Sear with his first 3 for the Rebels. Coach Rod not happy, calls a timeout. .30-second timeout. I want to remind you, if you want to learn more about OLSH Chargers, more information, rosters, stories, a whole bunch more, go to www.olshathletics.org. And remember, our special thanks go out to our website sponsor, Covenant Financial Advisors. And also want to remind you, we're back on the air on Monday. We travel down to, out to Mohawk, I should say, up, out, over.
Over, across.
Over the river and through the woods. Mohawk, the girls in section action out at Mohawk will bring you that action at Monday. And remember, game time is 6 o'clock. It's varsity only, so they'll tip at 6. Minzer and Altmar check in for the Chargers. Got a foul against the Rebels. They're second.
Also have Walsh for the Rebels is into the game now.
And Charlie Crummy.
And Wright as well, Jaleel Wright. So a lot of substitutions by both coaches here.
Altmar can't handle the pass. Here come the Rebels up the court. Crummy with a 3. Not good. Tiernan McCullough goes up and brings it down. Grisafi to Minzer. This is McCullough. Altmar, who I said last night had arguably one of his best games of the year. Can't get the shot to go. Gets his own rebound and taken out of his hands from behind. And here comes Sear. Thought about the 3. Instead, Weldon will go for the 3, no good. And then Minzer track it down, and here come the Chargers. Under a minute to go here in the first. Directing traffic at 50 seconds. McCullough in the paint, little turnaround flip shot. And we are knotted at 13. 40 seconds to go. Crummy hands it off to Walsh. Not to Sear with 30 seconds to go. Play for the last shot here. Grisafi guarding Sear. Over to Walsh. Walsh and Sear play catch. Finally Wright comes out, but Sear goes in and lays it up and in. 6 seconds to go. McCullough. 5. Minzer. Johnson. 3 on the way. It's good. At the buzzer.
Big shot by Jake there to close out the quarter.
Yeah, that was huge. Right at the buzzer. He got it off just in time. I want to remind you, there's no better way to see yourself as a Charger, as an OLSH student, than to become an OLSH Charger for a day. 8th grade students and all the transfers to grades 10, 11. You're invited to join us as a shadow for the day and experience firsthand what it's like to be a student here at OLSH. You'll be assigned to Charger Ally, which is your host for the day, and attend classes, meet the teachers and students, and eat lunch on us. Register for your experience at www.olsh.org/visit.
So pretty evenly played first quarter there. Finished 16-15. But a big shot by Jake there at the end of the quarter to give the Chargers a 1-point lead.
So Seton LaSalle will start with the ball here in quarter number 2. And it's Sear, works against Avsek. Hands it off to Walsh. Back over to Sear. They try to get it inside to Brooks. Works against Cables. And Van turns around after the foul called on him. He says, I didn't do anything. That's a football play for trying to play basketball.
You know, one thing about basketball players, though, if there's 40 fouls in a game, 38 of them, the players don't know why.
Right, exactly.
38 of them in the player's mind aren't a foul.
Aaron pass there ends up in Cable's hands, and Chargers on the attack now. McCullough has it knocked away. Walsh ends up with it for the Rebels, and here come the Rebels back up the court. Sear working against Avsek, quickly up to Brooks. Into the paint, kicks it out. Crummy over to Walsh. A long three on the way, and it's nothing but net. That was impressive. That was way out there, Don.
Yeah, that was NBA range for Brady Walsh. One of the senior captains for the Rebels.
McCullough trying to return the favor. A little short. The Cables with the rebound. Here comes Johnson from the baseline. Off the glass softly and in.
Great job by Jake to get him off his feet and finish. Him and Tiernan have done the bulk of the scoring today for the Chargers.
Sear to the free throw line. Dishes it off to Crummy. Back to Sear. Noah Sear to Brooks. Walsh. There's another NBA three. That one doesn't go, and all the way out to Minzer with the rebound.
He's not shy.
No, he's not. He's going to chuck him up from the cheap seats, that's for sure. Johnson into Van Cables, off the glass, rolls it in.
That's where I think the Chargers could have a lot of success. I mean, if we can get Van posted up, down low, it doesn't seem like they have much of an answer.
Crummy dishes it out to Brooks. Took that little shovel step before he dribbled. Turnover.
That's the one you talked about last night, Al, that there seems to be an emphasis on that this year. And I know with football, you have an officials meeting, and I know basketball does the same thing. So one of the things the officials did tell all the coaches this year is in the state there's a emphasis on looking for that shuffle step.
Yep. It's obvious. They were calling it tons of it for both the boys and the girls. Here's Avsek. Chargers with a 2-point lead. Minzer trying to get it into Cables. And McCullough, and they work it around the perimeter, and Brooks knocks it into the stands.
Looks like Coach Rod had the same idea we talked about, trying to post up number 0 and get him some looks inside.
Minzer will trigger. 5:53 to go here in the half.
Davon Williams, number 11, just checked back in for the Rebels.
Minzer, Cables up top. They'll do that weave up top. Back to Cables. Oh, what a move there off the glass. A power move to the hoop. He said, get out of my way. I'm going to the bucket. Sear to Williams. Hands it off to Marini, back to Williams. That was a pass to nobody, out of bounds. Turnover, Charger ball. He tried to look like he tried the alley-oop, and Marini wasn't
quite ready.
Wasn't the guy for it. Yeah, he wasn't looking for it. That's for sure. Approaching 10 to go, or 5 to go here in the quarter.
Good take. Oh, I thought that was.
Oh, I thought that should have been. I thought that was over the rim off the glass.
Athletic play by Brooks.
Yeah, it was. Brooks got it, and he gets credited for the block.
That did look like a goaltending.
I thought that was goaltending.
Coach Rod was pretty animated on that one.
Williams now far side as Rebels try to set up here. And then Afsek's going to get called for the foul.
I mean, Brooks caught that on the square. I mean, that was a solid foot above the rim.
Yeah.
Been impressed with him in the early going for the Rebels.
Yeah.
6 points, but done some nice work on the glass, and obviously an athletic kid. Only a junior.
Weldon gets it inside to Marini. Off the glass, rolls around. Johnson says, give it to me, and I'll bring it up the court. Under 4.5 to go. Afsek kicks it off to Minzer. Minzer brings it back into the paint. McCullough, top of the key, 3 on the way. Nothing but net. Largest lead of the game so far for the Chargers at 7 as we approach 4 minutes. Sear. That was tipped.
I didn't see that deflection.
Yeah, I
close.
did. Yeah, Austin got his hand on that one, knocked it into the backcourt. Williams finds Brooks on the near wing here.
No interest in shooting there.
Goes into the paint against Cables. Cables was up. They kicked it out. And it's Van with the rebound. Here comes McCullough. Brings it across the timeline. Over to Afsek. 3.5 to go. In the Cables. Afsek down the lane. The floater won't go.
Oh, rough foul there on me. Or no foul.
Nope,
Good.
no foul. Went out of bounds off of Marini.
Good little dish there by Van, though. They're doubling down on the post now. So he kicked it out to Austin. Good look. Just got to get it to go.
Luka checks back in for your Chargers. Minzer has a seat. Here's Williams. Works against McCullough. They get to the Brooks in the corner over here. Directing traffic, looking for Sear. Instead, Brooks takes it into the paint. Throws it up, and I don't know if Cable's got a part of that or not.
Yeah, you got another one there. And
Brooks rejects that one. Marini comes in. He'll lay it off the glass. No good. And finally, Williams.
The only thing with the blocks with Van is sometimes he gets so excited to throw one into the stands. You got to make sure you don't get yourself out of position. So I'm sure Coach Rod will talk to him about that as we go.
Seton LaSalle takes a 30-second timeout. As I saw Tommy Moses check in at the scorer's table, he'll be coming in. 5-point lead for the Chargers, just under 3 minutes to go, 2:54 to be exact, here in the half.
Guys from the next game rolling in. This is cool. I love these environments out because you get to see a lot of good teams. And you see it. I see the legend Coach DeSico over there. Anybody that knows Western PA sports know those boys. And
yep.
From Thomas Jefferson, he's the coach of their basketball team as TJ plays next. But again, I think a highlight tonight will be this game we're watching right now, and then that Avonworth South Allegheny game.
I think that's going to be.
And I'll tell you what, of a game.
And I'll tell you what, the one before us was fun. I was setting up watching that game, and that was a great game.
All the teams you're seeing today, Al, in all these games have chances at making very far runs in the postseason.
Moses is in. He gives it to Cables. Johnson is the odd man out after that exchange of players. McCullough, 3 on the way. Can't get it to go, but Grisafi's there to reset for the Chargers. There's Cables in the paint. Kicks it back out to Grisafi. Moses back to Grisafi. Back to Moses. Chargers ball movement here. Afsek down the lane. Floats it. Can't get it to go. And this one is going to go to Seton LaSalle. They're saying off of Austin's hands. I can't argue with that.
That little floater is one that Austin has gotten to fall quite a bit throughout the season.
Yeah, he's missed a couple today, of them. Yeah.
That's been kind of his shot.
Sear down the lane.
Nice move.
There's an acrobatic shot there. Noah Sear makes it a 3-point game.
Kind of what we expected out.
Yep.
Throw records out when you meet a rival.
No, there's no doubt about that. Austin tried to get it in, has it taken away. Williams with the feed to Sear. Acrobatic play, and he'll get it to go, and it's a 1-point game. Lackadaisical ball handling by the Chargers have caused, given the Seton LaSalle a couple points here. Moses to Avsek. Back to Cables. Lost it momentarily. Back out to Austin. Down the lane he goes. Can't get that one to go, and here comes Brooks off the rebound. Up ahead to Williams. Lays it up. No good. Put back by Weldon, and Seton LaSalle takes a 1-point lead.
Weldon, leading scorer for the for the Rebels, around 20 a game, and Weldon, that was his first bucket.
Was it really?
Yes, first bucket of the night for him. But they're getting double foul on Tommy and Keenan Brooks.
No, they just said.
Yeah, double foul.
Oh, it was, yeah.
For Seton LaSalle, number 4, Keenan Brooks, his first, team first. For OLSH, number 5, Tommy Moses, his first, team third. In for the Chargers, number 24, Owen Winter, and number 22, Jake Johnson.
Need a good possession here. Down 1.
Johnson checks back in for the Chargers. Avsek has a seat. He's having a conversation with Coach Rod as the Chargers have the ball.
I'm not a fan of that call there.
They give Cables
on an offensive foul.
That's the 4th on the Chargers. So for the final minute here, basically, the Rebels will be in the bonus.
Patty's coming right to the table there. Don't want to try to avoid Van getting his third here.
Yeah, here before the half. Yeah. In the paint, they get it out to Brooks. Ooh, I thought he shuffled his feet there. He got away with it. Williams inside to Marini. Knocked out of his hands by Cables and into Minzer's hands. Here's Owen coming up the court with 30 seconds left. Gets it into the corner to Johnson. To Moses. Back to Minzer. 20 seconds to go here in the half. Owen and the Chargers will play for the final shot here as we go to 12 seconds. Grisafi.
They're calling Van for his third.
No, I think that was on.
No,
I think that was going to be on Grisafi. Oh, no, it is, yeah.
That's his third, team 5th. Seton LaSalle's reaching double bonus.
Williams wanted to go shoot, and he's going, no. That was a ball possession foul.
Good try.
It was, yeah. 4 seconds left. Knocked away. Brooks.
No,
I don't think
he's
that's no good. And we'll end the half with the score: Seton LaSalle 26, Chargers 25. So pretty much what we expected, Don. Up and down the court, both teams with a couple runs. Basketball is a game of runs, and Chargers had a couple, the Rebels had a couple, and it's a 1-point differential here at halftime.
Yeah, I mean, we expected this as a battle. I mean, I think the Chargers are getting some scoring today from Tiernan and Jake, which we expect, but Seton LaSalle really has had a really balanced effort, and I think that's what's keeping them in the game. Brooks, Williams, Marini, and of course that freshman Sears has had a really good half for them. So I think it's a situation where, again, Seton, you play your rivalry, you're going to play your best game, and you're seeing a very good effort today from the Seton LaSalle Rebels. So the Chargers are going to have to come out in the second half with probably not having Van early in the second half. I would assume that he's most likely going to have to sit for most of the third quarter. Right. So we're going to have to make sure that we can get some of that perimeter scoring down.
All right, we'll step aside. We'll do what we have to do, and we'll come back for the second half. Here on the OLSH Sports Network, it's the Chargers trailing the Rebels of Seton LaSalle 26-25. Don't you dare go away.
is Mr. Howard. I teach environmental science and anatomy, and sometimes chemistry. And as my first year here at OLSH, I'm most excited to get to know all the new students and the community.
Hi everyone, I'm Mrs. Rothenberger. I teach period 1 and 2 freshman biology. I'm super excited about my first year of teaching and I can't wait to get to know all of you.
Hi, this is Ms. Manuel. I'm going to be teaching Intro to Theater Arts this year, and I'm so excited to be back here for the school year, but mainly excited to be in the classroom.
I'm Mr. Ortechko. I'm teaching Introduction to Video Production, and I can't wait to see what my students make this year.
Hi, I'm Mrs. Valacorsa. I teach music here at OLSH, and I am most excited this year to make music with my new choir.
Hi, I'm Dr. London. I teach Theology 3 and Latin. I'm excited to be back, especially among the students in the classroom full-time this year.
Good morning. My name is Sharon Mezzio. I am the latest addition to the main office here. I am the main office administrative assistant. Your positivity and warmth since I came to the school actually makes me feel right at home. So I'm looking forward to working with you all, and I'm happy to be here.
When I enter the door, I feel welcome. My child feels welcome. What drew us and kept us was the sincere rooting in faith.
They really care about your kids on an academic level and also as a person.
It's a safe place for our kids to really stretch and grow. There's just so many opportunities.
They have something that will make a child succeed and thrive.
If you want a good college prep school, this is it.
We've had such a positive experience here. We really can't say enough of how blessed we are by OLSH.
My coaches taught me that being competitive and having fun is what makes a great team.
My favorite piece of advice from my coach is train like an animal all day long.
He corrects you every time you say you can't do something because he knows you can do it.
My coach is the reason I believe in myself and my abilities.
I love that my coaches believe in the team. They recognize our individuality and encourage our improvement.
I couldn't ask for a better coach.
Wish you could raise money for OLSH while shopping at your favorite stores or restaurants? With Raise Right, that's exactly what you can do. All you have to do is purchase electronic gift cards on the Raise Right app, and that company will donate a percentage of that sale directly to OLSH. And the list of companies that Raise Right works with is seemingly endless, including Amazon, Walmart, Target, Sheetz, and so many more. Now you can rationalize your grande caramel mocha frappuccino with 3.5 pumps of vanilla and oat milk because you're actually raising money for OLSH. If you want to raise right, email Sarah Stuckman to get the special OLSH code. Funds raised to support the OLSH Athletics General Fund. Go Chargers!
Hey, save the date. This year's annual OLSH auction is going to take place on Saturday, April 5th at the Pittsburgh Airport Marriott Hotel. Be sure to stay tuned and for updates as we get closer to the date. Also, join Mrs. Jessica Selman and Mrs. Kathy Newbert in the OLSH Auditorium Wednesday, January 22nd at 6 p.m. for our 2025 Scholarship and Tuition Assistance Informational Night. The event is open to all current or prospective families with students who plan to or are already attending OLSH. For more information, email Jessica Selman at jselman, that's JSELLMAN, at OLSH.org. One more date for you to save is the OLSH Spring Open House, Sunday, March 23rd from 1 to 3 p.m. explore all that OLSH has to offer and see what makes OLSH the best independent Catholic high school in our region. So, Dawn, your assessment of the first half, I'm pretty sure we were talking during the commercials. It's pretty much what we expected.
Yeah, we expected Seton to come out and really give, maximum effort, and that's what you're seeing. I mean, it's a rivalry game, and you're seeing Seton step up their play for this game. So I said going into it, this is the kind of game for Seton LaSalle where, Coach Kleiss, I think, thinks that they can turn this into a stepping stone.
Yeah, it's I see some OLSH alum here checking in, OLSH alum basketball players. So
it's always good. I see Big Al down there.
Yeah, there's how you can see a couple of them there in the bottom of your screen.
One great thing about community, you see this a lot with our Catholic schools. I mean, Seton LaSalle, OLSH, I mean, the alumni support is fantastic.
Yeah.
And it's always great to see. But, talking about that first half, I mean, I just think you've seen a complete game from Seton LaSalle.
Yeah.
I mean, they're playing very good defensively, not making a lot of mistakes. They've hit a couple outside shots. I think the thing that worries me if I'm the Chargers right now is, Brady Walsh hit a long three. I think Sears hit one, but Weldon really hasn't gotten going for them. And that's something, if I'm the Chargers, I'm a little concerned right now because, Seton's been the games they've won and the games they've been in, it's their outside shot has kind of carried them. Really hasn't fallen for them, but I thought Keanu Brooks was a big difference for them in that first half as well. And without Van in the game with his foul trouble right now, that could be something that Seton can lean on. So, I'm sure Coach Rod and his staff talked about some adjustments going into the second half. I think. We haven't also seen the turnovers we're used to from Austin and Luca up front. So, interesting to see how this second half plays out. Good thing about today for the Chargers is, win or lose here doesn't affect you in the standings.
Right.
But it could affect your seeding moving forward when the Chargers do lock up the playoff spot. So we'll see what happens here in the second half. But I think Chargers need to continue to lean on Johnson. Quick scoring breakdown. For the Chargers, Tiernan leads away with 10. Jake has 9 and 6 for Van. And that's all that's scored. So we need to get a little more diversity in our scoring there. And that's what you see with Seton LaSalle. 7 from Sear leading the way, 6 from Brooks, 4 from Marini, 3 from Walsh, 2 from Williams, 2 from Weldon. So they've been able to kind of spread it out a little more than the Chargers. So hopefully some of our, some of the other guys on the roster can get things going here in the second half.
Yeah, let's hope Patty can. I'm with you. Patty's probably going to, I would assume, going to start here in the third quarter. And I see him walking toward the court, yes. So it's the same starting lineup for the Chargers, minus Cables. So with his 3 fouls, he's probably going to have a seat next to Coach Rod for most of this third quarter.
Most of it, if not all. I mean, I think at this point, Patty's capable of giving you good minutes. So I think this is a good game for Patty to give you some good minutes and go from there. Especially, I don't like the fouls that were called on Van. I mean, you don't know how they're going to call this. Right. There were both 2 of the 3 were offensive fouls that were definitely questionable.
Right.
But that's Van's game. He's physical.
Well, the Chargers will start with the ball here in the third, and they will be going from left to right. Tiernan McCullough has the ball, tries to get it inside. It's knocked out of bounds by Marini for the Rebels. Chargers will still have the ball just underway here in the third. Safi finding nobody open. The Chargers really weren't moving there. He was just focusing in on one player to get it to.
A lot of frustration from the Chargers this afternoon, too, you're seeing. And, I think there's a lot of factors there. You're seeing some frustration with our backcourt and Coach Rod. But, again, you play last night. They probably had to leave school pretty early this morning. So it's a quick turnaround. And the other thing I was going to mention, too, this is college-sized court. Not all the high school courts we play on are this length. people listening might say, well, it's only, about a 10-foot difference each way or 5 foot each way. It makes a difference.
It does.
And especially when you're coming off a game last night where the starters played most of the game, even though we did do a lot more subbing last night. It's still, you're on a big court.
McCullough launches a 3. That doesn't go. Brooks skies high to bring it down, and here come the Rebels with a 1-point lead. Their first possession of the third. Williams, right-handed dribble, kicks it out to Brooks into the paint, spin move, little floater, makes it good. It's a 3-point lead for the Rebels.
Coach Rod pretty much telling Patty there, I don't know if you want to try to take that charge. Big men don't take charges.
Here's Johnson. Another offensive foul. This one's going to go against Johnson.
That's horrible, though, Al. I'm sorry. I'm not trying to. We try not to talk about officiating, but it was the same thing down here. If you're going to call them, but call them both ways.
Right.
I mean, it was literally the exact same.
Same move.
Same move, same reaction, same shoulder lowered, 2 different calls.
If anything, you might have called embellishment on Seton LaSalle on that.
Agreed.
Here's Brooks, a little spin move underneath. Marini with the put in. And it's suddenly a 5-point lead for Seton LaSalle.
Got to get our backcourt comfortable here.
Yep, I totally agree. Here's Johnson looking for Altmar, finds him, but Altmar's way out. McCullough fakes the 3 from top of the key, hands it off to Avsek. Over to Johnson from the wing, into Altmar. McCullough thought about the 3, decided not to. And you can see that hesitancy earlier in the year. Boy, the Chargers would pop that up right away. Into the paint, the floater, nicely done by Tiernan.
This is what we need from Tiernan. He's been the guy today. And if you remember, Al, last year against Seton, we had a big win, and I think he had 4 threes in the game. It was kind of like his coming out party. So let's see if we can get him going again here in the second half. 12 already.
Williams with the floater, returns the favor. Davon Williams with the nice bucket there.
There's that balanced scoring again from Seton, just scoring from all their players chipping in.
Altmar up top. Grisafi will come out to take the ball. And
a little fumble on the handoff.
Yeah. He wasn't sure if he could dribble again, so Johnson comes out and takes the ball from him. Jake goes down the lane, little move there. He draws the foul. Brooks picks up his second. Team's first here in the third. Jake at the line for a couple. Good on the first. Jake, arguably one of the better not arguably, he is one of the better free throw shooters on the team.
Just consistent game all around for Jake.
Yep.
Kind of know every night he's going to bring a consistency to your lineup.
Noah Sear with a nice turnaround, couldn't get it to go. Altmar with the rebound. Here comes Avsek with the Chargers.
Good strong rebound there by Patty. That's what we need from him this quarter.
Austin goes to the baseline, kicks it back out to Grisafi. Grisafi just inside the line, can't get it to go. Noah Sear ends up with it for the Rebels in a 3-point lead. Here's Crummy. Hands it out to Weldon. You were mentioning about Weldon not getting the points that you'd expect him. I think the Chargers have been doing a good job of staying on him and not giving him any space.
The length.
I say it.
Jinx, but
yeah, I say it there, and a nice move by Pat Weldon.
The length, though, of McCullough and Johnson, I think the length can give him some problems. Last possession, Coach Rod really urging the Chargers to get to the rim. Blocking foul there on the Rebels.
Marini picks up the foul. His first, team's second here in the third. Minzer checks back in. Grisafi will have a seat for your Chargers.
Could tell here at LaRoche today we got that good announcer voice too.
Oh, Brandon Rossi does a great job. He's here all day. Johnson, 3 on the way. Can't get it to go. And I'll tell you what, the last couple games, the Chargers have really been off the mark on their threes.
Only hit 1 last night, a couple today.
Yeah.
But still not a normal shooting performance.
No. Here's Crummy, works against Avsek. Over to Sear, try to get it into Brooks. Little turnaround jump shot, nicely done.
Everything falling here in the second half for the Rebels.
7-point lead again for the Rebels.
Everything's falling. They haven't missed a lot of shots.
No,
here.
they haven't. Avsek goes to the line. Can't get it to go. Altmar with the putback and the harm.
Great job by Patty in there.
Ryan Marini picks up his second foul. Team's third. Altmar trying to complete the 3-point play here. And he does the traditional way.
No pressure in the third quarter here. The Chargers kind of backed out of that full court press they've been doing. Oh, wow. That's not a shooting foul.
Yeah, he's giving him a shooting foul. That was definitely on the court. Yeah, Coach Rod talking to him now about it. Sear at the line, gets the first.
Back in for the Rebels, number 14, Jaleel Wright.
Jaleel Wright checks back in for the Rebels. As Marini has a seat. And Sear goes 2 for 2.
Sear's in double digits for the Rebels with 11.
Minzer to Johnson. Again, right there.
Thought he should have had a chance to pull
3 or
the
4
trigger.
games ago, Johnson would have popped that up right away for the 3. Instead, he goes baseline for the 2.
Nice to see Patty score. He was only the 4th Charger to score tonight.
And Wright pops it back in.
K-Ball's ready to check in for the Chargers.
Avsek down the lane, looking for some help. Gets it back to Minzer. 3 minutes to go here in the third. McCullough goes into the lane. Kicks it off. It ends up in Avsek's hands. Johnson, jump shot, rolls around. Put back. What a put back there by McCullough.
Big bucket there. Cuts the lead to 4.
Brooks all the way across court. Sear from the corner. No good. But the putback, I don't know if that was a shot or a pass to Brooks.
Definitely a shot, but Brooks was kind of Johnny on the spot. Having a really good game for the Rebels.
McCullough tried to go baseline, instead kicks it out to Johnson. He'll float one off the glass and roll it in.
Jake's heating up a bit here. Like to take there.
2 minutes to go, a little over 2 minutes. Noah Sear hands it off to Crummy. Charlie Crummy to Brooks. Back to Crummy. Down the lane he goes.
Oh, that's a carry.
He'll throw it up and it rolls in.
He had the ball on his hip there. That's a carry. I feel like we're missing it here, Al.
Yep. You have games like that. Here's Minzer to Altmar. Too strong on the shot. And here comes Brooks up the court. Kicks it out to Weldon. To Crummy. Hands it back to Pat Weldon. He'll move on Avsek with 1:15 left. Too strong.
Austin thought he had help there. We got lucky there.
McCullough is going to try to go coast to coast. And draws the foul, though.
This is always where, that 6-7 point game is always where you get a little nervous if you're on the back end of that. If that stretches out to closer to 10 is where you kind of get really nervous. But that's why you want to, possessions like this are big to try to keep it down to that 4-point area.
Grisafi and Cable's check in for the Chargers. Johnson, step back three on the way. And that one doesn't go, but Cables gets he had the rebound. He ends up with it.
Good hustle.
Gets it to Johnson. Turnaround jump shot. That won't go. McCullough with the putback, not good. Brooks ends up with it. And see, that's like, wow, what a difference. There's a lid on it for the Chargers. And right now, Seton LaSalle can throw it from midcourt, and it's going. He traveled. Turnover with 44 seconds left.
Well, the other thing, too, is a lot of the inside paint looks that the Rebels have gotten here in the third quarter have been uncontested.
Right.
Rebels are not giving us any clean looks at the hoop.
McCullough looking for some help. Finds Grisafi at the top of the key.
Nice set.
Nice. McCullough.
Nice set. Very patient by the Chargers.
Williams, layup, no good. Brought down, they scrum for it. That should be a jump ball.
Stays with the Rebels with good hustle by the Chargers. Good job by Van to avoid that fourth foul.
Timeout. Called by the Rebels. With 21 seconds left. 30-second timeout.
Altmaier checking back in for Cave Walsh.
Hey, save the date and join us on Wednesday, February 19th at 7 p.m. in the OLSH Auditorium as OLSH's Speaker Series welcomes Dr. Shannon D. Williams. This event is free and open to the public. You need to visit www.olsh.org/speaker series for more information and to secure your spot. If you're interested in supporting the OLSH Chargers, visit www.olshathletics.org and check out the fundraiser section in the Fan Zone tab for the latest fundraising opportunities. 21.3 up on the third quarter clock. 4-point game. Rebels with the lead.
Altmaier back in there.
Yep. And here's Brooks. Hands it off to Sear with 15.
I think they're holding for one here.
Absolutely. Weldon, top of the key. Inside to Brooks. Altmaier rejected the first, but couldn't stop the second. And that's how the third ends. Hey, did you know that you could earn money for OLSH Athletics when you purchase gift cards through Raise Right? The Athletics General Fund receives a percentage of each physical and e-gift card bought by our program participants. Questions or you want to learn more? Email Sarah Stuckman at sstuckman@olsh.org. Don't forget, Monday at 6 o'clock, the girls will be at Mohawk for a section game. And OSN will be there to bring it to you if you don't want to make the drive out to Mohawk. As we said, it's up, out, over, and through the woods.
Yeah, not that much different than that trek we made last week to Riverside.
Riverside, right.
But interesting to see how this fourth quarter plays out. Seton, just a lot of bounces went their way, too.
Yes.
You know, you saw there on that last sequence at the end, Patty with a beautiful rejection. And just somehow falls right into a Rebel's hands.
Well, the Chargers, as Matt Fargo likes to say, let's play a fourth. The Chargers will start with the ball. It's McCullough right now. Gets it out to Grisafi. Over to Avsek. Cables at the free throw line. Gives it off to Johnson, to Grisafi. To McCullough. Johnson almost taken away by Brooks. Johnson floats it in. That baseline jumper.
That's like a layup for him.
Yeah, that's a money in the bank for Jake.
We need a big defensive stop here.
Yeah.
Really get the tone set here. But
Noah Sear backing in against Avsek to Weldon down the lane. Runs into Cables, kicks it out to Brooks. He's going to launch a three. Won't go.
That's not Brooks' game.
No.
We'll give him that one. Good series by the Chargers. Let's get a bucket here.
There's McCullough to Cables. Got an open lane. He traveled, though. Took that step first. Yep.
That's one, with as big as he is, you just need that hard power dribble. And, and you can take it. It would cover you.
I think he turned around and saw nobody there. He got all excited. There was absolutely nobody between him and a bucket.
End of third, still up. Number 14, Jaleel Wright with the bucket for the Rebels. Stretching it back out to 6.
Sorry about that. Our PA announcer was telling us I wasn't watching the screen. There's a three from Johnson.
Jake's getting confident here. That's 20 for Jake on the night.
Cuts it down to a 3-point lead. This is the closest the Chargers have been for a while.
Yeah, since the beginning of the third quarter.
Brooks goes up, goes off of Brooks. Charger ball.
Marini checking back in for Brooks. Coach Kleiss maybe talking to his big man a little bit about the threes.
Yeah, it's been working for him inside.
He can hit those, but it's not his game.
Here's McCullough to Avsek. To Grisafi. Under 6 to go. Johnson has the open three. He takes it, and it won't go. But it's the Chargers there for the rebound. McCullough turns around, can't get it to go. And this time it's Wright with the rebound, and here come the Rebels with a 3-point lead. 5.5 to go in this one. Inside, they kick it back out. Weldon with the three on the way, no good. Here comes the Chargers. It's Johnson with the ball. He'll slow it down and hand it off to his guards.
Smart move there by Jake. No numbers, pull it out, get a possession.
Austin Avsek makes a move down the lane, kicks it off to Johnson. I don't think he caught that clean. Tried to go to Van Cables, comes out to Avsek.
Need to reset here.
Yep. Here's Johnson. Free throw line. He goes to Cables and
miscommunication.
I don't know. Yeah, I don't know if that ball got tipped or not, but
no, I think Jake thought that Van was going to roll a little harder, and then the pass got a little bit away from him. Typical where Jake would just go right up with that one.
Turnover with just under 5 to go here.
Still one possession game.
Yep. It's Sear with the ball. Makes a move. Williams with the layup. Nice baseline drive there. But Davon Williams. Back to a 5-point lead. Avsek now gets double teamed up top. Gets it to Cables. Krisafi inside. Nice play by McCullough and gets it in.
Good look by Luka there.
Yeah, it was a great inlet pass there.
Got to get over the hump. We've been able to get it down to that one possession a couple times, but it's been staying at that 3-4 range here in the fourth quarter.
Here's Williams, open lane, nobody there. He'll lay that one up. That was easy pickings.
That's a few times, very uncharacteristic by the Chargers.
Takes a full timeout.
That's more than one timeout. They've gotten just clean drives, which you're not used to seeing. I mean, like last night against Rochester, we didn't see any of those. So it's credit to Seton, but obviously there's some confusion on the OLSH side with switching and help with defense and all of those things, and Coach Rod's letting them know about it now.
Yeah. Yeah, definitely. He's letting them know. You got to guard the paint.
Yeah, it just seems like there's a miscommunication as far as if there's help defense and if they're switching. And, when that happens, that's if you're not all on the same page there, that's when you get open layups. So, Al, in this next game, does that stand for the Talbots? I've been trying to figure that out as I've sat here for 4 quarters. Okay.
Yeah, it's
the Hampton
Thomas
Talbots.
Jefferson and Hampton Talbots, yeah.
See, I saw the dog on the scoreboard. I just couldn't I was trying to put together who
the
that
dog
may be.
was, yeah. Your dog.
Hey, all the other ones I knew pretty well, but couldn't figure those two out.
Well, here come the Chargers. Just about 4 minutes to go in this one. They're trailing by 5 now again. Johnson gets it into Cables to McCullough, and it's taken away by Weldon. Heads up play there. Here comes Sear. Open lane. Cables says, get out of here. But it goes right to Williams. Brooks around to Weldon.
Again, another one of them bounces. Just can't get it.
Williams, 3 on the way, and he drains that one.
Davon Williams has been the story in the second half.
3 on the way for the Chargers, and it's McCullough with the 3.
Big answer by Tiernan.
Back to 5-point lead for the Rebels. Brooks down into the corner. Brings it into the paint.
Could have been a walk.
Avsek ends up with it. Yeah, I was thinking the same thing, but Chargers end up with it nonetheless. McCullough with another 3 on the way. This one doesn't go. Brooks skies high to bring it down.
The sophomore, Davon Williams, really is taking control here for the Rebels in the second half.
Works against McCullough. Gets it to Brooks. Back out to Williams. Williams. 2:45 to go. He'll lay that one up and in. That was way too easy.
He's just been... Chargers have not had an answer for his quickness here in the second half.
Grisafi gets it back over. Brooks tried to get it to Cables. Brooks got a hand in there and knocked it to Coach Rodriguez. I don't think he's an eligible player.
The 7 points is the biggest lead the Rebels have had throughout the game.
Right. And they've matched it.
And again, I've said earlier, that 6-7 is where you kind of can go one way or the other.
McCullough back to Cables, goes baseline. Off the glass nicely.
Good no call there by the officials. I think that was a flop.
Yeah, that was a definite flop. And Cables was nowhere near him. Here's Sear. Comes across the timeline. Hands it back to Williams. 5-point game, 2 minutes exactly to go in this one. Williams works against McCullough. Brooks up top with Cables with him.
Seton's happy to run clock here.
Oh,
so
absolutely.
We're going to have to pressure. Got to pressure.
Sear, yeah, they'll dribble out the rest of the game if they have to. It's a 5-point game.
Another block
Cables
by
blocks that
but
one.
Again.
That one doesn't go. Finally, Van comes down with it with 90 seconds left. Avsek wasting no time. Right down the lane, lays it up and in. Finger roll.
Surprised we haven't extended that full court pressure, though. But Austin's first 2 of the night. Sears dribbled over for the timeout.
Yep.
Going to be one down to the wire, just like the first game here in the Classic.
Yeah, 3-point game with 1:12 left. Seton LaSalle calls a full timeout. And like I said, 1:12 left.
Fouls to give. I mean, the other thing you got to start considering now is you have to start fouling early. You got to get to 5. No fouls here in the fourth quarter. So, I mean, Coach Rodriguez is telling them now, be aggressive. I mean, worst case scenario, they're going to call a foul on you and you stop the clock. Best case scenario, we get an aggressive steal. I mean, we got to play aggressive, get into the guy defense right now, try to get down and get a shot. Again, though, I'm looking at this breakdown now, and the biggest difference in this game is Seton just has balanced scoring.
Yeah.
And there's been guys at different times. Early in the game, it was Brooks, and then, Sear, and then Williams. I mean, and they have other guys that have chipped in 5-6 points, and with the Chargers, we still, until Austin scored, you still only had 4 guys that scored, and the majority of the scoring has come from Tiernan, Jake, and Van.
Yeah.
Tiernan and Jake are both over 20. They're both at 20, but still trailing.
So it's Minzer, Avsek, Grisafi, Johnson, and Cables for the Chargers. They get it in. Seton LaSalle does. It's Williams. Back to Weldon. Williams The Brooks, they're just playing keep away. They're not even going to shoot the ball.
Got to get more pressure.
And Jake Johnson finally, with 1 minute left, commits the foul.
OLSH foul number 22, Jake Johnson, his second, team first.
Jake's second, team's first. Weldon will get it in.
No real foul trouble for the Chargers.
No.
So.
Yeah, other than Van. And
Van
has three.
So
I didn't see who that one was on. There was
11. That was on Luka.
Luke.
I think they said that was his second.
Yeah. I just said that because there was like 3 Chargers around him. I don't know. There's Avsek, picks up. It's the third for the Chargers. I think that's Austin's second.
Austin Avsek, his
third. Team's third.
But again, no one's in jeopardy of fouling out right at the second, so
no.
you got to be aggressive on the basketball.
Right. Brooks has it. Avsek's going to commit his fourth.
Chargers foul, Austin Avsek, that's his fourth. Team fourth.
56 seconds left.
Foul shooting wise, I think if you timeout White. Foul shooting wise, I know Coach. Part of this is Coach Rodriguez wants to go over who to foul for the Rebels now that they will be in the penalty on the next foul.
Exactly. So the Chargers are down to 1 timeout left with 56 seconds left.
Not out of reach, just still obviously a 1-possession game. Anything can happen on an inbound. Looking at the breakdown, you probably don't want to put Weldon on the line for the Rebels or Sear. Those are probably 2 guys you'd like to avoid. But again, at this point, I don't know how picky he could be. Crummy just checked in for the Rebels, and he's another good free throw shooter. So a little strategy from both ends here as we get into the last minute.
Yeah, a little chess match going on here with a 3-point game. 1-possession game, guys, so this could go either way. Chargers, of course, you scratch your head because they're really struggling from 3-point land as you see McCullough on the bench for the Chargers.
Well, Owen's a great defender as well, so that could be to have Owen give the foul here and get him back in the game.
Yeah, if you look at the Charger backcourt, if you want some defensive play, you put Owen in there. Yeah, no doubt about that.
And with 56 seconds, depending on how it plays out, you don't necessarily need a 3.
Weldon to trigger in. 56 seconds, as you said. They get it in to Sear. He gets double teamed, and Johnson's going to get him. That will put him at the line. His third.
Tiernan right back in. Sears on the line, the freshman. Thought we could have held the trap there for another second.
Yeah, 52 seconds left. Sear makes it a 2-possession game.
Get the idea of trying to foul the freshman and put some pressure on him, but he's not your typical freshman as we've seen today.
Right, yeah.
Very young team on both sides of the ball.
Goes 1 for 2, still 4-point game.
I got to grab it, got it.
Avsek has it. Austin's going to bring it up the court in a hurry. He gets fouled.
It's not a bad give there by the Rebels. They still have 4. That was their first foul.
It was their first, yeah.
So I say Coach Kleiss is telling them not a bad idea there. You don't want the Chargers to get a quick one in transition there, so. Coach Kleiss telling his guys nothing easy.
Avsek goes down the lane. He'll lay it up and in. Oh, he got fouled on the floor.
I think that was something Coach Kleiss was talking to him about. Fouls aren't terrible.
Not yet.
Not yet.
Avsek needs to go and force their fouls right now. You know, if we're going to do that, that's fine. And take away. Here comes Brooks. This could be deadly, and he'll slam it home. 25 to go.
Still not out of reach.
Here's McCullough. It'll be Marini with the foul.
There's that athleticism.
Minzer will trigger in right and down in front of us.
Still got one timeout. If we can get a quick 3 here and set up some defense.
They get it into McCullough. Launches a 3. Can't get it to go. Cable's had it for a moment. Weldon ends up with it. Cable's just fouled out. Or no, that was his fourth,
I believe.
Yeah.
Going to be tough now, Al, if he makes one of these, stretches it out to 3 possessions.
On the line, Pat Weldon.
Yeah. $15 seconds to go. Weldon does make it a 3-possession game. And Seton LaSalle pulls everybody off the line. And Weldon goes 2 for 2. It's an 8-point game. Minzer trying to hide on the baseline. He was open for a moment. Absek down the line, kicks it out to Owen. Owen, 3 on the way. That's blocked. And Williams has it to Williams, and that's going to do it. Oh, they're going to foul him first with 2.4 seconds left. That's Cable's fouling out.
Taking his place is number 34, Patrick Altmar.
Altmar checks in for the Chargers.
Shooting for the Rebels, number 4, Jimmy Brooks.
Brooks at the line for a couple.
Really impressed with this young man today, though. 14 points, athletic as can be.
Goes 0 for 2, and that'll do it.
Final score, Seton LaSalle 62, Our Lady of Sacred Heart 54. Fans stay tuned for our players of the game coming up next.
So, Chargers go down to defeat for the 4th time this year. Her record goes to 9-4. As you said earlier, Don, it's the good news is it's not a section game, and about the only thing it might affect is the seeding for the playoffs. You expected the Chargers to be there. And on the other side, Seton LaSalle, this could be one of these games that turns their season around.
I'd have to say this is Coach Kleiss's first year as a head coach. I would believe that this was his biggest win, to be honest with you, with the games that they've played. So, this could propel them in their section. They have some winnable games in that section, and this could propel them into getting to the playoff race. So, but again, I think the answer today was the Chargers. They got a big one next Friday against Neshannock, and we got, one in between as well. But, we got to find some scoring from some other pieces.
Right.
Big 20 from Jake today, 21 from Tiernan, 8 from Van, and that's a majority of your scoring. So we got to get some more balanced scoring, and I'm sure Coach Rod's going to work on that. I think what you're going to see at practice, though, is some of the uncharacteristic layups that we saw today was the only thing that really surprised me about the game, watching the Chargers all year. They haven't allowed a lot of free changes, I would say, and today they allowed quite a few drives. So I'm sure that's something that in the film session that Coach Rod's really going to get into them about. But, again, can't hang your head on this one. It was a quick turnaround after playing last night. And
right.
Just got to move on to the next one, and congratulations to Seton LaSalle. As we've been saying, I think this is probably the biggest win of Coach Kleiss's young career here.
Yeah, Seton LaSalle goes to 5-9 overall now. So, like you said, coming into this game, they had beaten Apollo Ridge last night. They beat Steel Valley. They beat Waynesburg Central and Wash High. So that was their 4 wins coming into tonight. And, yeah, I have to agree with you. This is probably their biggest win.
Yeah, all games that they probably were expected to win, as some of those programs like Steel Valley lost some good guys, so did Wash High. So, just the whole rivalry thing, the fact that OLSH, the Chargers are what we are. We've won a lot of basketball games. So, as a young coach, as somebody that knows Coach Kleiss, I mean, obviously I'd like to see the Chargers on top of that, but happy for him to get a good win.
Right.
But again, I think it comes down to the balance that they displayed throughout the game, and just too many easy baskets that we haven't seen the Chargers give up all year. There was just too many easy looks for the Rebels, but I'm sure we'll get that corrected, and looking forward to a big week for the Chargers coming up as we go into the stretch run here.
Well, it doesn't get any easier for Seton LaSalle. Their next game is at Shady Side Academy. That's going to be a tough way to go. That's a section game for them. The Chargers, on the other hand, they travel. They're on the road on Tuesday to Southside, and they'll take on the Rams down there. So as far as section game goes, the Chargers play a couple Rams in a row. So,
well, and that's a big game. I
yeah.
think, I know at least one of our players is pretty pumped about that one. Van is a Southside kid, and he's really excited about that game. But Southside's really excited to see him too. So I think that will be a cool game to go to. And then again, we got the big one, Neshannock. I think they just said that's the
game of the week. Yeah, that'll be on TV. Yeah.
Yeah. So
that's on Friday.
So a big week for the Chargers. As we've said in our conference, Southside's one of those teams that if you don't get things corrected and you go in there and play undisciplined basketball, they're going to beat you.
Yeah.
So you don't want to be caught looking ahead to Neshannock on Friday. You got to take care of business on Tuesday in Hookstown.
Yeah, right now Southside is coming in 3-3, tied with Shenango in section play. They are 9-5 overall. So Southside knows how to win. It's always tough to play down there in Hookstown, and I know Coach Rod will have the guys ready.
Absolutely. And like I said, extra motivation. I mean, Van's from there, and when you're at a Catholic school, when these kids go back to their home district, there's a little extra motivation for them to play, and so we'll see how Tuesday goes. We got to focus on that one first,
right.
And if we can get by that one, you put all this behind you today, and you really lock in on the Lancers.
Right. All right, our next broadcast is going to be on Monday out at Mohawk. The girls in action against the Warriors. And I want to thank everybody here up at LaRoche University. They've been nothing but gracious. And what a great, I don't want to call it a tournament, what a great classic they're putting on here. A lot of great teams coming in. It's going to be a fun afternoon and evening for everybody here. But I want to thank everybody here. I want to thank Nick Militzer running the camera for us. Dawn, of course, over on the mic next to me. I'm LaSalle saying thanks a lot, everybody. We'll see you next time. Everybody stay safe, stay warm, and we'll see you on Monday as we travel to Mohawk and see if the girls can't come away with another section win. Chargers here tonight in non-section game in the Classic here at the PBC in LaRoche University. They fall to the Rebels of Seton LaSalle 62-54. We'll see you next time. Good night, everybody.